The greatest skill you could possibly ever develop, if ever you want to work in the therapy field, is to develop the art of listening. Trust me, this is essential for anyone who ever wants to work in the therapy field. Trust me, being heard for the patient is probably more healing than any advice any therapist can possibly ever offer. Trust me, patients truly need to be heard. It is essential. And fact is, in order to, like, nobody is born a great listener. You need to develop and work on this. And there's a few tips. You have to always have a natural curiosity about the other person. Try and profile them. Try and find out as much as possible about the other individual, their past, their childhood, what shaped them, their school experiences, their relationships and friendships, and get to know the person. Draw them in. Build trust between you and the patient. That's essential. You know. Also, you can't be pressured when you're at. Don't feel you always have to be popping a question or filling the silences all the time. You have to allow for silences. You have to allow for the patient to open up. You have to, and during silences, there's a lot you can learn from the other person. Through observation, you can become aware of a lot of unconscious drives and desires, and become more aware of who this person is. Trust me, there's a lot to be heard from what a person doesn't actually say. There's a lot to read rather into what a person doesn't actually say. It reveals a lot about their unconscious desires. You have to remember, when a person comes into the therapy room for the first time, they're not necessarily going to open up just like that. It can be a bit like peeling back an onion. There's a lot to learn. There can be, people will open up gradually, but you have to build up trust, and you do that by listening. You don't keep trying to pop in words and comments all the time. Let the person open up. Let them, develop a bit of a rapport and build trust. But trust me, work on listening skills. It's not something you develop overnight. Nobody is born with that skill overnight. Everybody has to work on it, but it is the greatest art you can possibly learn.